Welcome to Weekly Waypoint, where we help you tune into and align your intentions with the energy and the opportunities of the week ahead. Ready, fire, aim. That's the normative reactionary way of living for most of us in today's world. My friends, do invite you to perhaps grab that favorite cup of tea or coffee and join us at the table, fellow beloved sojourners, walking together in spirit. This week's oracle card message is the arrow card, which in fact invites us to be more conscious of our aiming, to cultivate a kind of awareness of our intentions and the impact that they have out in the world. That's the whole point of the Weekly Waypoint series, in fact, where we really help you tune into and align those intentions with the energy and the opportunities of each and every week as they unfold. So at the outset, I want to say that when we are aligned with our soulful essence, with that sacred inner self, staying true to seeking the highest good of all rather than just for ourselves, it's there that you can trust that your life, in fact, will have a positively fulfilling impact out into the world. But that's much easier said than done. As you and I both know, we live in this messy, challenging world that you and I are conditioned into. We're conditioned at the very outset, in fact, through the earliest years, to be more self-centered in our orientation, to be a little more selfish in how we approach life and relationships. Now, so much of this is just on autopilot. So much is part of our unconscious programming that we're not even aware of or realizing the kind of beliefs and values that are unfolding without our conscious awareness. In fact, as situations arrive in our lives day after day, so often we're just merely reacting to things that are said or things that are done around us. Now, typically when we're just reacting out of this unconscious programming, a lot of the impact that our words and actions have out in the world is not so helpful. In fact, it tends to be more what I call life diminishing, where we're constantly seeing ourselves separate from others. We're comparing and competing, judging, labeling, saying and doing things that, in fact, are hurtful and have an ongoing energetic impact in the world. In contrast, today, Spirit is inviting you and I to be more consciously aware as we are on this awakening journey from a self-centered orientation or a selfish orientation toward a more soulful orientation of life, where we can cultivate a conscious awareness and be more responsive in the world. So that the things that we say and the things that we do in our day-to-day relationships and circumstances, our situations, might be more helpful, might be approached as we see each other in our interconnected oneness, less from our separateness, that we might always be seeking the highest good. You see, every day through the things that we say and do, we're setting arrows in motion, arrows out into the world that have significant impact. In the Celtic tradition, it speaks of the law of the returning tide. In fact, Philip Cargam, in his wonderful book, Druidcraft, says this: "The law of the returning tide says that whatever you cast into the sea of life returns to you, often changed, often in an unrecognizable form, but nevertheless what comes to you in your life is usually the direct result of what you've given out into the world, a direct result of the arrows set out in motion." In the East, for thousands of years, this has been referred to as karma. Jesus put it this way: we reap what we sow. You see, my friends, every arrow indeed has an impact. With the arrow oracle message and through it, Spirit is inviting us to focus on the aim, the intentions of our actions. Out of a selfish intention or orientation, our life sounds more like this. Am I getting what I want? Am I getting what I deserve in life? Out of a more soulful orientation or intention, we might sound more like this. Am I making the world a better place? Am I making the world a better place? Now, as we put this in practice this week, as we pay attention to Spirit's invitation and the synchronicities as they unfold, I want to invite you to, early in the morning, before you leap into the day, just generally with the day ahead in mind, set an intention. What's your intention for the day? What would you like your impact to be in this day and the various relationships and situations as they unfold in the day ahead? And then at the close of the day, before you lay your head down on the pillow, take a moment or two just simply to reflect on, how did it go? What was the day like? Could you see those intentions that you set early in the morning? Can you see the impact that perhaps they had in the day? Or maybe you felt more of the tension in the day. What's that about? Just beginning to become a little bit more reflective in the day. That brings us to this week's reflection questions. And I really want to give you 3 questions that help us unfold ready, aim, and fire. So, the ready question for this week, my friend, to reflect on, perhaps in a journal or in a notebook, paying attention to messages from Spirit along the way and those beautiful, magical synchronicities. The ready question is, am I soulfully oriented? Am I soulfully oriented? The aim question for this week, what's my intention here? What's my intention today? The fire question is, what's a soulful response in this moment? What's a soulful response here? And to really help bring this home, we're also going to design this week's power affirmations also around ready, aim, and fire. So the ready affirmation this week, my friends, as you take that slow, deep inhale, silently say to yourself, I am cultivating, and with that slow, deep exhale, a soulful orientation. I am cultivating a soulful orientation. The aim affirmation for the week, I am conscious of my intentions. I am conscious of my intentions. And the fire affirmation for the week, my friends, I am contributing for the highest good of all. I am contributing for the highest good of all. Wayne Dyer once said, our intention creates our reality. How true. My friends, that's the message of the arrow from Spirit this week. As you awaken, may you be aligned with soulful intentions and impact, indeed, for the highest good of all. I hope this is helpful. Meanwhile, we invite you to join the ongoing conversations over on Facebook and Instagram at Spiritual Sojourners. And if you need a personalized reading, if you need specific guidance, you can connect with me personally over at spiritualsojourners.com. Otherwise, we look forward to seeing you right here next Monday for another Weekly Waypoint. Soulful blessings, beloved Sojourners. Namaste.